Welcome back and a very warm welcome into the world. Jamie June Hines. Yay, Grant Hines is here. Papa Bear, welcome back, buddy.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been a long couple of weeks. It's been this baby.
It's a long couple of months,
for
bro,
those
don't worry.
You don't know, and she's a week old. Like as of today, she's like 7 days old. And the 7 days, no one tells you.
I think I did warn you, but I also did tell you that nothing before is going to matter after.
This couch is so comfortable.
You can do it. You can nap.
Just sleep on TV now?
Your answers, you can nap, and I'll try and make them really long.
3 hours not sleep at night is just torture.
Buddy, we're going to talk a lot about it in the future, but I will say this, both of you are going to be amazing parents. You're an amazing little partnership, and I know you're going to be amazing parents. So, dude, welcome back. Probably too early for you to be here, but we love it. We'll take a tired new Papa Bear Grant Hines any day because we're here to talk about other new arrivals in the world, things that we should be getting excited about. We got a PS, okay, a PS4, okay, but it's still a PS in my household. Dude.
Hey, PlayStation 4 is a great console.
You know what I'm saying, bro?
Very good console.
So we're there. But now let's talk about people who are craving a new year, new games, dude.
Yes.
Give it to them.
So this year is going to be a huge year for games, and I've been keeping tabs on what's been happening last year. There's a lot of announcements. A lot of the big games that were being made, like in 2019 and 2020, were delayed, and they needed some time to bake in the oven. And we've seen some really cool stuff happen where studios have been bought. Microsoft have just bought Activision Blizzard, which I know this sounds super nerdy, but if you're in the industry,
it is a big thing.
It's massive. It makes it the third biggest gaming company in the world, which is huge. But the games that I'm looking forward to, number one, is Gotham Knights. I love. Whoa, there's somebody.
Man.
I love the
back. I love that, man.
I love the Batman games. They are amazing. Rocksteady was the studio that kind of reinvented Batman with Batman Arkham. And if you've ever played a Batman Arkham game, you have to play one. They are mind-blowing. They're so surprising.
Brilliant.
People in the studio going crazy. And Gotham Knights is developed by with the same engine by another team at Warner Brothers. And it's not Batman anymore, but it's like, the peripheral
all
characters.
All young protégés, if you will.
Yeah, the protégés.
Mentor, man.
So Batman's officially dead in this story, and then you use this as a team and you fight Gotham's enemies with Gotham Knights. And I'm really excited because those games are always really, really good. Nice
and gritty, and the fighting is gritty. I say this because I've got one of the Batman games, and it's got a very high age restriction, so I'm guessing this is for the grown-ups.
I think this is for the grown-ups. The second one is a game called Starfield. Now, I actually was in LA at Bethesda's conference in 2015, I think, or 2016, when they announced it. They're the studio that did Fallout and Skyrim. A lot of people know those games, and they said, we're going to make this huge open world experience, but this time we're going to do it in space. And that was the game that they announced, was called Starfield. So we haven't seen a lot about it, but they've been teasing it, and they're literally going to just drop it this year. And because that team that makes that game has got such high caliber, we know it's going to be like thousands of hours of just exploring space, which is going to be really cool. Then for the kids, we've got Zelda Breath of the Wild 2.
Is Zelda still kicking it about?
Zelda Breath of the Wild, the first one, was IGN, which is one of the most reputable gaming review sites, was their best game of all time.
Wow.
And that game came out a couple of years ago. So Breath of the Wild 2 has got really high expectations. Incredible game. Anybody would be interested. Of course, the kids can play it because it's family friendly, but it's hardcore gamers love it. Kids love it. It's really.
Because there's great story, there's great gameplay, there's nostalgia. It's a little bit of everything. We love that. Elden Ring.
Elden Ring's not for me. So it is somebody else's most anticipated game, but the people that did Bloodborne and the Souls games, which are very hardcore, intense, like, I'm going to play this game on the most difficult setting, and I'm going to die a million times, before I get this right.
In the dark, on my own.
Yes,
cool.
Elden Ring is that game for people. So that difficulty curve is for some people. I'm not that person, but when they announced this game, people were cheering, and it launches in 2022. So one of the other games coming out is God of War Ragnarok. So we're going to be talking about God of War a little bit later in the show because it's been they've remade it for PC, which is really exciting. So people who don't have, you've got a PS4, so you can play it. But if you don't have a PlayStation, it's been hard to get hold of God of War. And God of War, I know because people stop me in the street who watch this show. They come up to me and they go like, "Yo, my favorite game of all time, God of War 2. God of War 2 on the PlayStation 2.
It was one of the first
PlayStation 3.
Yeah, it was honestly one of the first that I played, and it's a very satisfying game to play. It's like you get what you want out of a game like that. Big action, big moves, big bosses.
And when they remade God of War with this one that we're going to talk about later, you'll see it's a little bit father-son conversation.
Yeah.
It's really cool. Then Gran Turismo 7 is coming, which we're really excited about. If you're car head, of course, Gran Turismo. Everybody in
Best
South Africa
racer
goes
out
to
there,
big
for
racer.
sure.
And then Horizon Forbidden West, which I think is going to be really, really cool. We're going to see Eivor, the main character, in this more tropical-esque environment, actually set in the future, but it looks like it's the past. And if you've played the first Horizon Zero Dawn, you'll understand why that is a huge open-world game that you're going to be really excited to play.
I feel like there's a lot to get excited about, in particular those that are really keen on the gaming fold. We're not going to be welcoming new people into the gaming world with these. I'm speaking to the super fans out there. You're going to get what you need this year. All of the anticipation, the build-up, some of the best game titles. All of these new games are featuring this year. It's going to be exciting. And we're going to delve, as Grant said, a little deeper into a couple of them. So stick around, God of War fans especially. Congratulations again, my friend.